Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Everyone, good morning. It's Tuesday morning. Just wanted to share something with you guys. Actually, I have noticed that many of us, including I myself, we often view Salat as a burden, as something that is like a punishment, as a kind of unwanted homework, as if someone else is trying to convince you to pray because, you don't actually realize that it's a gift for yourself, and that if you don't do it, you are the one losing out. I'm not preaching, I'm not pretending that I am better than others. Actually, may Allah help all of us. I think we all of us struggle to pray. I certainly do struggle to pray 5 times a day, and there are times when even if you're praying, you're not being able to concentrate or thinking of other worldly issues. That's another problem. But I have noticed in my own life, to be very honest with you guys, that whenever I pray, even if I was busy, or even if I was, let's say, doing an assignment or having certain things bothering me, or having, sometimes as an adult, life is so hectic. There are so many things that we have to do. Even if you are not married, you have a lot of things to do. You're going to work, you're managing your life, your health, your hobbies, your spiritual life. There are so many things, it never ends. But when you pray, it doesn't take long. It takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. When you are finished with your salat, you feel like a totally different person. You feel like at peace. You feel at peace. You feel as if you can concentrate better. I have felt that. I felt rejuvenated. I feel refreshed. I feel like all that overthinking that I was experiencing before praying, it suddenly vanishes, and I feel an odd sense of tranquility within me. So I just keep reminding myself that there are many things actually in Islam that we tend to view as like, I am being imposed, I'm being told to do that, and if I don't do it, it's not just about if you don't do it, there is a punishment for it. It's actually more subtle than that. When you do it, you feel a difference. And if you have ever been without for a long period of time without praying, you will see that it's a torture. Life cannot be lived that way. Even if you are not praying 5 times a day, but the very act of praying, it keeps you in touch with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When I say that even if you're not praying five times a day, I'm not saying that you should do that. I know that you should be praying 5 times a day. We all know the famous hadith, like the key to Jannah is salat. And salat is something that changes your life without any doubt. It changes your life. I'm not saying that salat will cure all the problems in your life in all spheres. Perhaps there are some issues which are medical, which are mental, psychological, or whatever they might be. But certainly, by praying, you will not be harmed. It will not as worsen your situation. That is simply impossible. So that's one of the best antidotes and therapies, I feel, to pray. It's such an intimate act of communicating with Allah, an act of love, an act of worship. And I think there is nothing more beautiful than that, especially with all of us with our worldly issues. There are so many things going on in our lives. Sometimes we feel overwhelmed. We can no longer cope, and we don't know which medicines to take, which doctors to see, what to do, what not to do, what foods to eat. We always keep trying to look for a solution, mostly in the worldly life, which is not bad in itself. But I think that's the beauty of Islam, that you are connected all throughout your life, all throughout the day, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So I think a heart, I have learned from experience, a heart that is full of remembrance of Allah does not get the time to ruminate over things that went wrong, or just to listen to the whispers of shaitan, because you have a kind of protection and armor around you. Of course, life is going to be difficult. Of course, doesn't mean that when you become Muslim, you start praying, everything becomes easy and you never have any problem. No. In fact, you might see that you are being tested in other ways, but that's part of the game. Actually, you should take it as a huge compliment, because just think of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He was tested like there was no, you can't even imagine how can a person tolerate that much humiliation and suffering and punishment and keep going strong in their mission of dawah. So we know that our reference is that, so we know what we have to expect, what we have to look forward to. So inshallah, things will be okay. And even if things will not be okay in this dunya, I can promise you that the day you will meet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, everything that all the questions that you have, you will obtain an answer, and there will be no more, that day will be the most beautiful day of your life.